Techers, trekkers, and for those who just absolutely love hardware shiznig, you're at Tech and Tomorrow. We're always bringing it to you all the time. I've got my special guest, Leon from Gigabyte, and we're bringing you more in our series of Z97 motherboards. Now, this one is a different segment than the one that we looked at previously, which was a higher segment. This one's a little bit more affordable, and we're going to let Leon discuss the different segments and what this new motherboard is going to bring to you, the end user. So what's up, bro?
What's up, man?
Welcome back once again. I see we got another motherboard here, another ultra durable.
Definitely, and just like you talked about the segments, with our Z97 series, we do carry 4 segments now. From our Z87, we had 3, which would be our performance, our gaming, our overclocking, and with our Z97, we introduced Black Edition. What we have in front of us here is our Performance Edition, and this is our Z97X-UD5H.
Wait, so you guys are literally back in black.
So we are back in black. We have black and gold though.
Right on.
So this one is actually in black and gold. You can see this is actually one of our performance models. We have a very clean box. You guys can get a shot of the back and see what's inside. Also some side shots right here. The front. The other side. And lastly, the back.
And the box was made in Wangtown, China by a man named Chan Lee, aisle number 3, section 5, ASIL 9.
All right, so basically guys, with our ultra durable motherboards, you're gonna get one thing, ultra durable quality. And so let's get into it. Let's just open it up, let everyone see what we're gonna get.
All right.
All right, do you wanna get the board out?
Yeah, so like usual folks, always we have the board on top. We'll take that out. We're gonna move that aside to our beautiful stand, but I'll go ahead and break the seal here for you folks, let you guys just see that. It's gonna have that beautiful, nice, new electronic smell. Oh yeah, it does. I love that smell.
Me too.
I know, I just love it. Grew up with that smell. So here's the board. We're gonna set the board off to the side real quick, and we're gonna look at all the accessories, then we'll bounce back and see this beastly bad boy. So Leon's got the contents out here, and it's nice and compact. Not a whole lot, but enough to get you going. So let's talk about it. So, Leon, what do we got?
What we have here, we actually have a user's manual. We have the multilingual installation guidebook, so different languages, just in case English is not your primary language or strong suit. We have a driver disk for you. And with the driver disk, we also have a lot of software inside, including our App Center, our Cloud Station, and a lot of different neat features that you can actually use. We have a program called Gigabyte Smart Switch. So if you're actually not familiar with Windows 8 or 8.1 and you want to have Windows 7 like convenience, but features of Windows 8, you can definitely use the Smart Switch. It'll actually give you a toolbar and a start button.
You know, is that what it's for? I thought that was just for like, you know, for dumb people. Like when I click that, they'd automatically just be smart and I wouldn't have a better conversation with them. That's not what it's about?
I've been lied to. That's
Microsoft,
what Smart
you bastards.
Switch does. So Smart Switch will give you that performance of Windows 8, as well as the convenience of Windows 7.
So does it like change it like so that it looks like Windows 7, like the interface? Is that what it's doing?
It adds an interface, a Windows 8-like look, but it gives you the start button with your programs and how Windows 7's is laid out.
Oh, so it's kind of like a GUI inside of a GUI.
Correct.
Oh, that's pretty interesting.
And you can
stuff.
also select which you boot into. So you can actually avoid your Metro tiles if you want.
Oh, okay, cool. Now all the other stuff's on here as well, though, like all your overclocking software, everything comes with the CD,
would be
right?
coming into App Center. So all you have to do is install App Center once, click Live Update. It'll update all your applications all at once, so you don't have to go through, click next, 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 finish, or anything like that.
And you can like do your BIOS and everything through Live Update as well?
Live Update actually will update your programs, but to get the BIOS, you would still need to download the BIOS from the Gigabyte US site, and then actually use @BIOS, which is actually in the application suite, and you can actually update your BIOS.
Well, I guess my main question is, can you still flash this BIOS from the Windows environment?
Yes, you can.
Okay, that's like important to a lot of people. They don't want to go through the whole house, they just want to be able to click a button and go.
Right.
Very important to people out there.
Right.
All right.
So that's these 3. We also include 4 SATA cables, 2 right 90-degree angles, and 2 straight for each total. And then we also have the back IO shield, which is padded right here for you. We also have an SLI cable for you and also a case badge.
All right, so that pretty much covers just the package. This would be like if you guys were reading a written review, this would be what's called the bundle section. We'll go ahead and just set this stuff gently off to the side though, and then we're gonna get Leon to talk about this motherboard. Now you guys can all see the color scheme is totally black and gold, which is really cool. A lot of people like that, this kind of look. Anthony Reynolds, our tech, he happens to be a black and gold freak. He's gonna really love it. So with that said, Let's let Leon take us on a little guided tour though of this brand new motherboard.
All right, and Elric, just like you said, what we're talking about, we have different color schemes this time around. If your viewers or anyone else, if you guys are seeing this video, you guys don't like the colors, leave a comment, let us know. We love to hear back from you guys. We always make changes to our products depending on what the viewers say, what consumers say, and we want to know what you like.
I don't really think though, Leon, that anyone would actually dislike this type of a color scheme. And even though like we talked about it, I mean, I don't think it's anybody to dislike any color scheme. I think that all the users are probably going to want, you guys can comment down below, is I think they just want to see more color options. So I think what I think really, and you guys can confirm or deny this, I think what a user would really like to be able to do is to be able to buy this particular board and just to be able to get these parts in whatever color they want it to be. I think that would be the ultimate way to go for you guys and everybody else, because then you could offer this motherboard and say, hey, you custom guys who are doing a gold build, hey, we've got the gold one, we've got the red one, we have the blue one. I don't think they dislike any color. I just think they want more color options.
All right, well, definitely, if that's the case, let us know.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on with the board, overall, the first thing you notice is the heat sinks. These are very durable heat sinks. You can actually tell by the feeling of the board. It's actually a pretty heavy board.
Lots of weight there.
Lots of weight. The regular 4 DIMM slots across the way. We have the 3 PCIe's right here.
Lots of room.
Lots of room for liquid cooling, closed loop, open air cooling, all of that. Even custom cooling. So just to start off with, we can start off with the back I/O. So with the back I/O, you actually see that it has the D sub, it has the DVI, and it also has an HDMI for if you're using the integrated graphics. We also have the rear USB 3.0s. That's 6 of them total, all on the rear. And we have 2 2.0s right here. And we also have 2 NICs. And with the 2 NICs, one is an Intel NIC, one is a killer NIC. So depending on what you do with your board, if you like to do some gaming, you want to have better gaming performance on your internet bandwidth.
Oh, so you're now off it. So you have the Intel and the killer on here?
On this one, yes.
Okay, folks, I know a lot of people say, a lot of people go, I don't mean any insult to the people at Realtek, but Realtek is a pretty cheap solution, it really is. And most boards come with a Realtek solution along with it. Having the Intel and the killer on one board is actually, it just really is, because the Intel one for me is like my favorite. Other people out there who know about it are gonna like it. And a lot of people are like the killer one, you're gonna get those features. So to me, you're getting actually the best of both worlds, and the difference between the two are small but very subjective.
And that's definitely something we want to point out, because this is definitely something that's been brought up to us. A lot of gamers saying, hey, you know, we're not a big fan of killer, but we want to have an Intel NIC. And we also see people saying, hey, we don't want an Intel NIC, we want a gaming NIC.
Exactly.
And so this is definitely a good choice. We try to balance between the two, but this is definitely from feedback. So any feedback we receive, it's something that we'll let our HQ know, we'll let the R&D team know. And these are things that you can see changes in our future products.
Right, so if you want to change, squeaky wheel gets the grease.
All right. Not only that, you can actually see right here, we also have the noise guard. This is an audio path separation. This separates our digital side from our analog side. And all of these are using solid black capacitors rated at 10,000 hours at 105 degrees Celsius.
Now those are on the Realtek ALC 1150, correct?
This is.
Okay.
Yes. So,
that's a pretty standard sound chip for most people, you know, so
this is the 1150.
Yeah,
right.
The 1150 is pretty much the highest that they have right now, and it is a lot better than previous generations. It's not like jumping into the creative or into some of those things, but it's actually a very solid chip that's used in actually most boards.
All right, so next thing we can notice is right.
But, not to interrupt you, but
no,
most boards though, don't segregate the audio though.
Right, that's a big thing.
That's a big thing. So you usually only see that in the very, very high-end boards by competitors and by these guys. Now you can see that technology trickling down to the lower-end boards, which is awesome.
Right, and not only that, speaking of technology, the new technologies of 9 series we see are M.2 and SATA Express. So we can start with M.2 right here. This is actually just this little connector right here, which allows you to put on an add-on card for storage. This is next generation storage, and there are different form factors. So when you guys are actually looking to buy something like that, make sure you get the right form factor and the right size.
There's actually 2 different ones, isn't there?
There's actually multiple ones depending on the key that you have. It's measured by width, your length, and then the key. So our width is actually 22.
I know a lot of girls who do that.
Our width is 22. Our length can go 42, 60, or 80. And our key is a B and M compatible key.
All right.
All right, so that's definitely the thing with M.2. So you guys should be careful when you guys do purchase your M.2 storage option.
Yeah, just make sure you guys do the research, because you hate to order that thing on Amazon and have it come to your Prime the next day. You're like, oh shit, I ordered the wrong ones. This is a hassle. So just make sure you do your research before you place that order.
All right, and the speed of that is a theoretical speed of 10 gigabits per second. That gives you about 1,000 megs, which is really fast.
Rockin' speeds.
All right, and the next one is our SATA Express. So you can actually see SATA Express right there. It's the one on the bottom with that weird looking piece that does not look like a SATA connector.
The weird looking one.
Yes, so that is actually a SATA Express connector, which you're able to do, and that's also a next generation storage option.
It looks like a display port.
Yeah.
It almost looks like the exact same thing as a display port. And then, once again, what's this one right here?
That's an OC peg that actually allows you to stabilize the power when you actually use multiple PCI cards.
So I don't know if you guys get that or not, but basically if you're using a lot of cards on the board, you want the board to be more stable, you can use this. It actually is like adding more power to the board, creating a more stable working environment. Pretty cool stuff.
All right, and we have our standard debug light, our USB 3.0, some quick switches, power button, reset, clear CMOS, and some triggers right here that actually allow you to switch between the BIOS and disable your dual BIOS function.
So let's see, so how many fan headers do we have in this motherboard right here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6.
6 fan headers.
So there's 6 fan headers in this board. Now, all these fan headers offer the new, they work with both
PWM and the 4 and 3 pin. But there's one thing I want to note out. These 2 fan headers right here, they're meant for the CPU. So users who actually have an open air setup, who actually have 2 fans on top of their heatsink, you can connect both of them to it.
Ah, okay, so that'll be perfect.
So that's good, and it's also good for a water pump. You can actually connect a water pump to it, and it'll push out 100% power 100% of the time on the CPU.
That's awesome. So you guys can see, matte back finish though, on the PCB board, front and back. Always a favorite of everybody. Like I said, a lot of people out there do all their builds specifically by color. For those who actually like this is going to match very, very well. I like how the gold isn't really super bright in your face. You know, it's not like super duper bling. I like how it's kind of a burnished, it's kind of a word that probably fits, kind of a burnished gold. And I really like that. And I think it looks very, very well. For you users out there, I know a lot of people are like out there going, what should we buy? If you guys are getting ready to go out and you're getting ready to buy a new system, do not buy any of the previous generation motherboards, because they will not support the new CPUs that are coming out from Intel. That's going to be a big change between the 97 and the 87. So if you're going out there and you're buying something new, stick with one of the newer boards like this one from Gigabyte.
Definitely. And even then, we do have different models. Like we said earlier, we have different series. This is our performance series. If you're an overclocker, we have an overclocking series. If you're a gamer, we have a gaming series. And if you're looking for something that's very reliable...
What about if you a player?
We have a black edition.
Oh, okay. All right then. So everybody's covered. So that's it, folks. Now, all these motherboards have hit the market. They're for sale. There are still some NDA limitations on what we can bring to the table for you guys. But as of Sunday, May 11th, we'll be able to bring all the stuff for you. So we'll have full reviews of these, where you guys can see what the performance difference is between the old chipset and the new is. So I'm Eric with Tech Tomorrow. I want to once again thank my special guest, Leon from Gigabyte. Hope you guys like this video. Down below that like button, which I know you guys are going to go martial arts style on, you guys will see all the information where you want to buy it, more information on all that stuff. If you guys have anything you want to say to Leon directly, leave it in a comment down below and he'll be sure to answer you guys directly back. So thank you guys for watching. If you like this type of video, hey, subscribe to Tech Tomorrow. We'll be in your inbox every day.